Magic Pussy Chapter 3 is a prequel to our well-known series? You can't fucking do that. You can't call it Magic Pussy Chapter 3 and then have it be a prequel. It's gotta... You gotta call it like Magic Pussy Origins or some shit like that. You can't call it or Magic Pussy Zero, at least. This review is fucking funny. After this game, I felt a little sad that there are no girls like this in real life, so I had to go back to the game again. Oh no, that's so fucking sad. Oh, fuck it. Let's play some Ball X Pit. It's a little Let's Play, but... You rockin' Hammurabi or Solomon? I'll be honest, I'm more of a King Midas guy. I don't know, Hammurabi was like an eye for an eye. And I still, pardon me, I know you resent this. Oh, he's the guy who no, excuse me. King Solomon did not cut a baby in half. He threatened to cut a baby in half to get the churlish pretender to reveal her impure intentions. And then he probably cut her in half or something. Don't say you stand Ashurbanipal. He's a bad Ashurbanipal. Bad dude, nasty dude, heads on pikes. Heads on pikes. But I honestly feel like King Hammurabi kind of gets, he gets a bad rap. People always use like the Hammurabi's code to describe like a bad system of laws. Like, oh, an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. Okay, how about don't poke my eye out unless you want to get your eye poked out. I also honestly think that he was kind of generous with the eye for an eye stuff. If somebody poked one of my eyes out on purpose, I would want both of their eyes poked out. Because it's not really fair that I lost an eye, because I don't get anything from the other person losing their eye. That doesn't make it fair. They started it. They should lose both eyes for costing me my eye. They started it. Anyone who's ever been to like a public school knows that even no matter what the teachers said, they started it is valid. If you ever got into a, you know, what do they call it? A Donnybrook? If you ever got into a Donnybrook at school, they would punish the instigator and the other person, who I would describe as the victim, the same, because they would say that it's zero tolerance. We don't tolerate fighting, and it takes two to tango. So the hitter and the person who gets hit are both getting the same punishment. They told you you'd get it when you're older. I'm older. I still don't get it. The person who started it should be punished more. They should be punished more, because there wasn't a problem. I subscribe to the don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I don't know why I went to Jerry Seinfeld. Maybe it's the Normcore sweater I'm wearing today. Anyway, we're playing Ball X Pit. I don't know what they were doing back then in the school administrators, man. Zero tolerance? No, ain't nobody in this faculty have zero tolerance. I can smell the whiskey on your breath. Or it's a little forced, I guess. They did drink a little bit back then, though. They're probably doing it now. I'm getting a lot of -2s. If I'm being honest, I think the real reason that the system is like that is probably because they're like, I have my own problems in life, and now I gotta like be a independent mediator for beef that like an 8-year-old has with a 7-year-old. I don't have any time for this. So was Serbic today? Word of the day calendar in chat? No, you're real for that one. Honestly, a word of the day calendar would go hard. So perspicacious today? I always forget what perspicacious means, even though it comes up a lot. I feel like it always makes me feel like I ate a fresh peppermint, though. Just to say it, perspicacious. There's a very refreshing kind of like mouthfeel on that word. I need OED to define 6-7 for me. I don't get it still. 6-7 is easy. I apologize for anyone that you know, is 12 and wants to keep it a secret. The secret of 6-7 is just that it's a club. And you recognize that saying 6-7 is funny. Why is saying 6-7 funny? It's funny because people who don't get it get mad at it. That's why 6-7 is funny. If someone says 6-7 and they didn't know what they were doing, and then you reply 6-7, everyone else that's in the club will go, oh shit, this guy's in the club. Everyone who's not in the club is gonna go, what's that? What is that 6-7? That's so stupid. That's so stupid, this 6-7 thing. They always get mad? Yeah, because they're not, I didn't say they're not like us. That has a different connotation. They're not nephews like us. A lot of unks out there just, they They aspire to be nephews. I know I'm an unk, and that allows me to interface with the nephews more effectively. Only by embracing unkness can you truly understand nephews. Maybe there's some truth to that, man. Being 53 must be hard. Not really. I wouldn't know, but I mean, there's harder ages, I'm sure. Honestly, people don't say this, but like being 0 probably fucking sucks, man. Now, there's some positives. You get that sweet, sweet titty milk like 10 times a day. Then there's some negatives. It's your mom's titty. Probably. Unless maybe she got like donated milk or something from like the clinic or whatever, but like, or a formula. That's some scene. Probably, yeah, because some people, they don't produce that well, so they gotta rely on the milk donation, man. You don't want to step into this domain with me, nephew. I got a PhD in this, in tittynomics. Not sexually, but for nourishment purposes. I've been down that road. Well, I was gonna say more times than you can count, but you probably can count one time. I think otherwise, being like 0 to 1 years old kind of sucks. First off, you're shitting your pants all the time. Yes, somebody else has to clean it up, but I don't think you really appreciate that at that age. You can't do anything. The only way you can express your emotions is by crying. Like, it would suck ass, man. Plus, your parents basically like lock you in a jail cell like almost the entire day. They either lock you in the crib, or they lock you in some kind of like torture device called a baby lounger. And then you're like, oh, they're picking me up. They're finally gonna free me from the lounger. And then that's when you should really be scared. Oh no, it's tummy time. It's tummy time. I'm fucking 0. I have no muscle tone. Just being on my tummy instead of on my back is fucking kills. It fucking hurts so bad. Why are you doing this? And they'll tell you a fucking lie. Oh, we're doing it so the back of your head doesn't get super flat. I don't give a shit about that. I'm a baby. I mean, honestly, can I hit you with something? Maybe I don't want it to be like overly philosophical. Ages that have passed that were good to be, we only recognize how good they are in hindsight. Like, one of the things I try to keep in mind as a dad to a 5-year-old is that, like, my daughter's problems are nonsense to me because she's 5. So the stakes on them are insanely low. And even the amount of emotion that gets wrapped up in it is impossible for a grown adult to, like, understand. But what I try to do is, like, recognize that the shit that stresses me out that, like, feels valid feels like the same level of stress that she's feeling. So to her, you know, like getting the wrong snack, like when I told her she was gonna have goldfish, but then we get home and we don't have goldfish, so I give her an Uncrustable. That's like me opening my mailbox and seeing a letter from the Canada Revenue Agency. Like, it's a sliding scale. You're never gonna make friends being like, oh, well, you're stressed out about this thing? Unfortunately, the thing that's stressing you out on a physiological level is not real. Like, it's all real, bro. Even your unemployed friend being like, I've got too much shit to watch today, I feel overwhelmed. Like, that's real. It's also fucking funny, but it would be better to have sympathy. I can't always muster that, but I try. And then later, you know, when my wife and I are talking, we go, what was she talking about with the, I don't know. She wanted to wear those shoes. But they don't fit. I know. So what happened? She wore them, and what happened? They didn't fit. Should we just be, should we be ghosting all the time? Should we just be taking ghosts with everything? Yeah, no, yeah. I love that one person said men on Hinge and one person said women on Tinder. You guys should meet up. You take it on AOE stuff. Okay, on AOE stuff, I understand. My mom gave me my old chessboard this weekend. We set it up on the table like a Louis Vuitton photo shoot with Ronaldo and Messi stuff, just to make us look a little bit more cultured. And Kate and I played a game, and she instigated, and and I finished the job. Let's just put it that way. Still got it. And also, I mean, it's hard for her because it's a home game for me, because that's the board that I was practicing on when I was like a little kid, when I actually played a lot of chess. After you take the balls, you gotta get the briefs. I mean, it's just a... I don't know what to tell you, man.